Hey guys, it's Candace back for another video, and for today's video we are talking weight loss. I'll show you guys my before and after pictures, but basically during the time of quarantine I decided to try to lose weight. Now this is a decision that I have made many a time in my life. I've said this before, but I am definitely a yo-yo as far as my weight. Like, it goes up, it goes down. I don't really stick to like a set diet. Nothing like that. This time, I wanted it to be different because now I'm in my 30s. I know that I'm not going to be able to lose it as quickly as maybe I used to. And I really needed something that was just going to work for me. Diets are different for everyone, so I am not a doctor. Consult with your doctor before you actually try a diet, but I'm just telling you guys what worked for me. I researched and researched and researched diets when I was doing my 75 hard challenge. You can check out some of those videos on the channel. So when I was doing that challenge, I realized that I've literally tried every single diet that they had suggested, and for me none of them worked. Well, they worked, but I just couldn't keep up with them consistently because of my lifestyle. Busy, active, I have 3 kids, we're always running around doing this, doing that, and it just didn't work for me. As I was researching, I came across many fitness people who said the best way to diet is to cut down your calories. So I was like, okay, this seems like something I could actually do, something I could stick with. Now, if you've ever gone to a Puerto Rican home or Hispanic home for dinner, when we fix you a plate, we fix you the whole plate. We don't like to see none of the plate showing. We like your plate to be covered with food. And so that's how I grew up eating. That's how I fix my family's food. That's how I make my own food. I decided in cutting calories, I was going to eat basically half of my portion sizes that I was eating. What I would do is I would make my plate as I usually would, not being able to see any of the plate circumference, and I would cut it in half. Yes, it was so hard at first. First time that I cut my plate in half, I remember I looked at my plate and I was like, oh, you know, like, this is gonna be so miserable. I just thought I was gonna be miserable because it just wasn't as much food as I was used to eating. So I remember that first night I ate my food and I felt full. You know, like, after I ate it, I gave myself a second to breathe and I was like, okay, this is not that bad. I actually feel full. Well, then Tuesday rolled around, and in case you don't know, Tuesdays are for tacos. At our house, we host Taco Tuesdays every single Tuesday. My husband makes these banging tacos, and I usually eat like at least 6 tacos. Yes, I usually eat 6 tacos. I'm not afraid to admit it. I love tacos, so what? So instead of eating 6 tacos that night, I ate, I think, 2 or 3 tacos, and I felt full. On day 2, after eating smaller portions, I then began to realize, okay, the portion size that I've been eating has been like gluttonous. It's just been too much. I'm a short girl. I'm only 5'2". For my height, I should weigh like 115 pounds or something ridiculous like that. But I've literally never weighed that in my entire life. When I started the diet, I think I was around 165 pounds. At this point right now, I weigh 131 pounds. So round of applause. I'm really proud of that. That was literally all by changing my diet. I barely work out, I'll be honest. During the 75 hard challenge, I was working out 2 times a day and saw results pretty quickly, but I was exhausted. Like, my body was so tired. I didn't have any days off of working out, no rest days, nothing like that. That was just a lot for me and my lifestyle, and I knew that I couldn't really keep up with that. So now I try to do at least 3 times a week a home workout. I like to do that Chloe Ting ab workout. I do a lot of donkey kicks for that booty. Keep that looking right. If you're married, don't count out sex. That's definitely a physical activity, so that's a calorie burner as well. Just by doing these little additional physical activities, I started to see myself losing more and more weight. You know, it's funny because, like, when I was working in the office, it was snacks and food all the time. Like, they would bring in snacks and bring in food for us, and I would always eat as much as I wanted, and I feel like That's why I was at my highest weight at the beginning of the quarantine. That definitely played a huge factor in it. And so being out of the office, away from all those temptations, all those snacks, that was helpful. Now I really just eat homemade food, so I can really choose like what's going into my food, the ingredients that's in it. Instead of eating like fast food or at restaurants for my lunch break, I'll make something homemade, which is way more healthy, obviously. So it's all about like little choices that I started to make. Instead of drinking juice on juice all the time, and juices are filled with lots of sugar, which in turn gives you lots of calories. I would drink maybe like 6 cups of juice a day. I'm a juicer. Instead of drinking juice, I would replace that for water. So now I try to drink 6 bottles of water a day. And that has definitely helped me. I feel way more hydrated, way more balanced. I started to incorporate tea into my diet. So instead of juice to give me that sugar rush, now I drink tea for that little extra bit of energy. I drink it as is. I don't add anything to it. No honey, nothing like that. I think the tea has been also really helpful in like boosting up my metabolism, because I drink green tea, which I heard is good for boosting your metabolism. Now when the kids do physical activities, like for example, the other day we went on a family bike ride. Usually I would stick it out, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of watch them as they rode around the little cul-de-sac in a circle. But now I'm like, okay, let me get on my bike and we ride around a little bit. So it's just about making small choices in your life until you can really find stuff that works for you. But I would definitely suggest, if you have a hard time going on all of these like fad diets like Atkins, I even tried to go vegan before. It's just so many different diets that I've tried, and nothing worked for me until I started doing the half plates. Like I literally fix my plate as usual so I can see like, okay, this is what I want to eat in my head. Then I half it and I'm like, okay, this is what I need to eat, like to be full and satisfied and to still be happy. I'm still eating the same foods, but I'm just eating a lot less of those foods. People have been telling me that I've lost so much weight. Oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight, you got so skinny. Well, my first reaction to that is, well, when were you gonna tell me that I was fat, right? You know, like, come on. If you see somebody getting big, getting out of shape, let your girl know. Like, it's not offensive to let somebody know, like, hey girl, you know, you're getting a little chubby. I told the same thing to my husband, because he's like, yeah, you've lost a lot of weight. And I'm like, well, damn, when were you gonna tell me I was getting fat? But he likes all shapes of me, so he didn't care a bit about it. He didn't care a bit about it. He wants me to get bigger and bigger and bigger and just be like that cuddle, that big old cuddle, you know? But I will say, like, my biggest motivation to continue to eat smaller portions has been the way my clothes fit. I really like when I put my jeans on, and I wear high-waisted jeans, but even when I was wearing high-waisted jeans in the beginning of quarantine, I still had fat rolls that were hanging off the side. And it's like, hold up now, jeans. Your whole point for being high-waisted is to hide all of my jelly, and you're not doing what your job is. I almost fired my high-waisted jeans, needless to say, but I kept them around, and what do you know? Now it not only tucks in every little crevice, but even on the sides, I don't see no more jelly rolls. That's really motivating for me. I like the way that my tops fit. They're not like super tight in the arms anymore. And honestly, I really didn't realize how much weight I lost until it was Christmas, and my husband took a picture of me, and it was kind of like a picture where it was like at an up angle, like I was, you know, looking up like that. And my arms looked skinny, and I was so proud of that because I have big old jelly arms. Even now they're still big, but hello, y'all see that little hump right there? That's a little bit of a muscle, okay? And I'm proud of that. And I might still have a little jelly, but I'm working on it, okay? If you're trying to lose weight, just know that it is an everyday thing. You have to do it every day consistently. Don't give yourself cheat days where you're like, okay, I'm gonna have a little bit of this that I like. Okay, today I'm gonna eat a little bit more. Because trust me, those cheat days will turn into cheat weeks, and now it's a cheat month and a cheat year, and just don't cheat yourself. If it's something that you really wanna do, you have to stay committed to it. Comment down below your diet tips and tricks, your fitness tips and tricks that can help somebody out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.